1 with a rate of interest of 5.3, I is 5.3, compounding annually, CPY is 1, requires annual payments, PPY is 1, of 2120, PMT is positive. What's the principal? So I'm after my PV. How on earth did you solve this problem on financial solver? You don't have PV. Sorry?
You put FE is 0 or no?
Come on, no. Why? Interest only loan. FE can't be 0. What about you, Dan? You tried financial solver?
Yeah, but I don't think it was right.
So you plugged all of these values? After reading this through, you knew you have to find PV? Yes? But where is FV? It's not given.
So use the formula.
Financial solver is not a magic wand that you can find answers to every question. At times, you could fall prey to all of these, right? FV equals to 0. If from reading through the question, clearly you cannot fill all the values of financial solver except one, the one that you're after, you cannot use financial solver. Then you have to use a formula. And what is the formula? The formula is your monthly payments is what? What is the monthly payment here? In the world of interest only, what's monthly payment? Only the interest part. Only the interest part, right? Interest of what? Principal. Right? So principal times, there would be a rate of R over 100, right or wrong? Some percentage of the principal value will be your PMT because that's the interest portion and that's what you just keep paying. But then mind you, you need to take care of the compounding period as well here. So that is the formula. The D is the payment amount. So you need to use this. Payment amount 2120 times V0 is something that I'm after. Rate of interest is 5.3 over 100 times. Compounding is happening once. You solve it, you find your V0. So be careful, not every time financial solver will help. Yeah, make sense? 100%? All right. Can you do question number 11 for me, please? Now there's no CAS. CAS is required or not, I don't know. But then I need an answer from each one of you. The formula is reflecting right on the screen, right on the whiteboard. So D is the regular payment. And you plug everything in. The answer is 2.9. Use the formula again. D in this question was 116. This was question number 11. 8H. Alright, let's do question number 14 now. 8H, question number 14. Let's do part A and let's solve it one by one. Cool, go for it. Question number 14 part A. Now it says Svetlana borrows $320,000 on an interest-only loan. So that means N is 1, PV is what? Positive 320,000. Obviously our FV will be exactly the same value. And then compounded monthly CPY is 12 for first 5 years. Calculate the monthly payments. PPY is 12. I need just a PMT. You plug that into your calculator, you get 1312. Does that make sense? So far, so good. Now you see the trick here. He's just tricked you on top and saying first 5 years. So don't plug n equals to 60 here. Did you do 1 or 60? Did you do 60? Why? If you plug in 1, what do you get?
Negative 1,312.
Sorry?
Negative 1,312.
1312, no?
Yeah.
If you plug 1.
Yeah.
Why? If you do 60, what do you get?
The same thing.
Same value, but then don't do it, right? N does not play too much of a part. Reason being, these values are same. You see, that's the loophole, right? So N, even if you plug 60, it doesn't do any harm. Alright? But ideally it has to be 1 because it's interest only, right? So, but did you get positive or negative?
Negative.
Yeah, this has to be negative because it's paid, right? Now, next one. Calculate the total amount Svetlana paid for first 5 years. So now what are you doing? What's the next step here? What will you do?
Change the n. Would you change the n?
Okay, did you find the answer?
No.
Did you find the answer? Did you get this one? Right? Tanu. What's part B?
Do you minus the PMT from the PV?
PMT from the PV? PV is not changing, right? You're not reducing the balance. This is only the interest part that you're paying. Now you keep paying this money for 5 years.
So you multiply.
By now you multiply it by 60. That'll be your answer. Can you do that, please? What's the answer?
78720.
Yeah. It is 78720. Make sense? 78720. Did you get it? You're not doing this minus plus. Just ask you a very simple question. How much is being paid in 5 years? If you're paying 1312 every month, 5 years is times 60. All good? Make sense? Part C. Next 5 years, Svetlana pays 86400 on the interest only loan. So next 5 years, she's paying another amount. So the total interest she paid in the second half of the loan is how much? Tell me, very tricky question.
You change the PV. Okay.
Ethan, think about it. That's okay. Okay to go wrong, but think about it, no? Done?
I was going to say the same PV.
Sorry?
I was going to say the same thing, to change the PV.
Say louder.
To change the PV.
You change the PV to what?
The next value.
Which is the next value?
86,400.
My dear, Children, read the line carefully. Has he changed any payment amount? Has he re-borrowed something, or he has changed the borrowing amount? What is he doing?
Paying
Paying. What?
the interest on the.
Read the line. Read me the line. Read me the line, please. What's written in the question?
For the next 5 years, Svetlana pays 86,400 on the interest only line.
Svetlana pays 86,000. How much is this? 400. What?
Yeah, 86,400.
On the interest only loan. In next 5 years, she paid this amount on the interest only loan. In the interest only loans, what do you pay?
The interest.
Just the interest. So what she has paid?
The interest.
The interest. What's the ask in the question?
State the total interest at the.
So tell me.
86,400.
That's the answer then. You saw the confusion here? He's given you the answer itself. That in next 5 years, she paid this much on the interest only loan. Because it's an interest only loan, she's just paying interest. No. So now he's asking you, what's the interest that she's paid? Come on. That's how it is. On interest only loans, you just pay interest. She paid this much, and you're asking about the interest, how much she paid. That's the answer. Finish. You see how it's tricking you here, right? You haven't played around with your financial solver that much in this question so far. Part D. Let's do part D. Quick. I want to understand how we are calculating part D. No, that's not it. Not every time. Right. H. Alright, so this is question number 14. Right? Okay. See, it was super straightforward. Super straightforward. No brainer question. Now, how much was this guy paid for 5 years? 86,400? Yes. For how long he was paid this amount in total? Which is how many installments? 60. Finish. That's it. See, it's an interest only loan. So that is why it's a flat division. Right? Let's go to E, the next part of the question. E. The trick in these questions is when to use financial solver and when not to use financial solver. When is it a straightforward calculation and when it is a CAS calculation.
Is 86,400 the principal?
86,400 is the?
Is it the principal?
Come on, it clearly says it's an interest paid. What's the principal? That was the principal. 320,000.
Is it 5.4?
Good job. What did you do?
I just use that formula.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, use the formula. You know what's your D? You was 144 something the last step, you got that. You need what? R. You need your starting amount, you need your compounding period. Finish. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, one more thing that I wanted to bring to your notice is the interest-only loans and the perpetuities, the recurrence relation. So obviously you have V0 equals to whatever is your starting point. Recurrence relation has two things: the starting value and the next term formula, n plus 1 formula. So here your n plus 1 is, so say Vn plus 1 is R times Vn minus D. And D was your monthly payment. And what is R? 1 plus that's your R, the rate of interest. R is the capital R. Does that make sense? Alright, if that's clear, can you go to 8I? Question number 7, please. Perpetuity questions. Now, again, the same story. Make sure your perpetuity is an investment. PV is negative, FV is positive. Exactly the opposite. Everything else remains the same. So the answer is 3%. How did we get 3%?
Just pause
Did
it.
you use financial solver or you used the formula?
Financial solver.
Alright, let's use the financial solver quickly and see what it is. So, question says Sandra has $80,000 to invest. So that means her PV is negative 80,000. So is her FV is positive 80,000. Correct?
Yeah.
And to provide an annual donation, your PPY is 1. Correct?
Yeah.
Compounding annually, CPY is 1. PMT is how much? Negative 2,400. N is 1. And I'm asked to find I. Press enter, you get it. You can use this formula as well if you want to. You get the same answer. All good? Let's do a bit more sort of trickier question. Forget about the trickier question. Let's do the exam style question 12. Exam style question 12. That shouldn't take long. What's your take on it?
Got no idea.
Gabby says B. What about you, Dana?
I don't know, but I'll just guess the.
No, there's no guessing here.
I don't know.
All right. So it says, which of the following recurrence relation can model? Now he's talking about this, the recurrence relation here. Right? Now look at the recurrence relation. Looking at the form of the recurrence relation here, it says V0 equals to a value. And this is very important, Vn plus 1 equals to R times Vn minus D. If you look at this formula, can you eliminate a few choices? Which one can you eliminate? Ethan, which one can you eliminate? If you compare this one, which one can you eliminate out of? D and I think A as well. A and D are eliminated, right? Because you've got a plus in those formula here, right? Now, yes. Now, what next? So you've got B, C, and E. 3 left. Let's look at B. See here, P0 does not make any difference as such, because that's not given to me as such, right? The question has not given me what's the starting value, so I should safely ignore the starting values, the P0s here, right? The hidden trick is in this formula here. Now, and even I would go ahead and ignore the D values as well, 500, 600, it's not given. So what is remaining is R. This R will give me which is the right answer. Now let's quickly check. If I just take you off the board, did you get it? What I'm trying to do? Now, yes? Let's try to have a closer look at R values for B. So for B, C, and E. R value for them. So R value for B is 1.005. For C, it is 0.005. And for E, it is 1.103. So why did you say B here, Kavi?
Because the R value has to be above, it can't be, the R value can't be lower than 1. Or no, I'm not sure, B just stood out.
Why did you pick up E? See, I tell you, C is a clear rule out. Because your interest rate, this is decreasing interest rate. If it's gone underneath 1, that means it's a depreciation. Perpetuity is an investment product. So your R value will always be 1 plus, 1 point something. So even C is gone. Finished. Now this is where I get confused. B or E. We completely disregarded D here. Now D will play the trick to decide the value here, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, and we also disregarded V0. Now let's calculate. Look at let's have a closer look. This question looks very straightforward, but it's not that straightforward. Now let's have a closer look at the 2 choices. C is off the board now. So my B value is P0 100,000, and I'm saying Pn plus 1 equals to 1.005 Pn minus 500, and my E value is P0 of 200,000. Pn plus 1 equals to 1.103 Pn minus 600. So what it is telling me is that for $100,000 at an interest rate of, what's this interest rate? What's this interest rate? What is this interest rate? Tell me. Sorry? What is this interest rate? Can you tell me? 10.3, right? Did you say? This is 10.3. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Guys, if I have 20%, so 20% can be written as 1.20. 25%, 1.25. 12%, 1.12. 12.5%, 1.125. So what is this? 10.3%. So what this is telling me is that if this guy has invested $200,000 at a rate of interest of 10.3%, he's paying $600 as interest. Right or wrong? Did you get it how I'm connecting the dots now? Right? Sorry, I've just gone on board now. So let's try to find the 1.13%, the 10.3% of this value. So how much is that? So if you find 1.103 times 200,000, you get 20,000. Right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Whereas if you do here, so say 1.005 times 100,000, what do you get? You get 10500. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So where am I heading now? That's the right answer. Right?